All right, so hi, I'm Jonas lempa. This is me on the island of Yakushima, where Princess Mononoke was born, hiking. I really can recommend to go there. This is me when I'm getting tipsy, and this is me trying to be serious. So yes, I'm the managing director for digital innovation and co-owner of Taikonauten. Besides of that, I'm more than now 12 years judge of the awards jury and also president of the awards jury. And maybe you also know me from the live jury website reviews happened a couple of years ago, where we deconstructing winning websites from awards live on YouTube. And maybe you recognize this lovely person at the top. I also had the chance to do that with Sophia. And great content pieces. I really can recommend to do that, to check them out and to get inspired by the things we have been reviewed. So Taikonauten, this is my company, and Taikonauten is the word for the Chinese astronaut who, in the name of humanity, explores digital spaces and brings it to life. This is our interpretation of our work. We do not believe in temporary solutions or so. There's enough space junk existing. We want to realize sustainable and value-adding experiences for clients and users all over the world. We are around 35 people. We have around 35 heroes, designers, engineers, creatives, mostly based in Berlin. So whenever you are around in Berlin, come visit us. This is not a joke. So feel invited to drop by. All right, so I'm going to talk today about how to take advantage of megatrends and to build better digital products and services. So this is not going to be the next shiny portfolio show or something like that. This is not something I can provide you with today, but what I want to share with you are some important insights about our process of designing and creating innovation as well as digital products and services. But first, welcome. I'm super excited that you are joining my talk today. This is really an amazing experience for me. First time in Georgia, and big thanks to you. Big thanks to the Touch RGB team. This is really unique. So. Yes, applaud yourself. But I need to get serious now. I really get to become serious now because there is change happening right now. We live in different times than before. We really live in different times. This change is coming and will transform everything. Just remember already all the things you heard today. New tech is rising, and it influences. Now it will change our way of working and living fundamentally. Are you ready for this? Well, let's take a quick look on one change and the change of the way of working. Everything in our industry is now possible at the friction of a time and effort. We already learned it from Pablo this morning. Yeah, everything in our industry is now possible at the friction of time. You need a cool immersive landing page. Go to ReadyMag, go to Webflow, or other no-code or low-code solutions. Even Figma is already approaching to be like a one-stop shop for creating web experiences. Or think of e-commerce. There's Shopify Plus, which is really great and really fast. And create out-of-the-box solutions, which are very unique and very cool. GitHub Copilot, for example, also the AI-driven assistant, which takes a heavy load of heavy lifting of coding already before you started. It is also content of all arts. We just learned it again. Where ChatGPT, DALL-E, Midjourney, and all the other tools popping up right now. Taking certain things over, creating certain things which are, again, possible in a friction of time and effort than before. Artificial intelligence is taking over, we already heard it. Also, mobile apps, yeah, Magica AI and similar services have incredible possibilities to build apps in a glance. Framer is also updating constantly features like that. So, yeah, this is very easy, or it's getting more and more easy in a friction of time and effort to create those experiences. And much more coming. I mean, this is just a glance. And the question is, why am I telling you all this again, right? What does this mean? So, delivering with a friction of time and effort also means less possibilities to create value, and to be completely honest, also less possibility to make money. So where will be our place in that? Things change. The goals of designers and developers are changing right now. And these updates I just showed you on those tools, they are just first steps of big updates coming up. So we need to prepare as creatives, as designers, as developers. We really need to start to deal with these changes, these transformational topics, to get our things in order. Especially because this is just the perspective on tools. There's also something much bigger influencing, is a big part of changes are coming. And these are megatrends. Changes are heavily accelerated by megatrends. And I'm not talking about visual design or trends or fashion design trends or whatever. I'm talking about influences that affect the entire world. And these affect, of course, our daily work, yeah? Our personal life. And these are just a few ones which are happening right now. Take AI as an example. As I said it, almost every talk is about that. It's, for me, the third big revolution in my life. First internet, then smartphone, and now AI, and it changed everything, every freaking time. And there are officially more than 250 megatrends by today. So you can see a few ones of them, you maybe know what it means, or you maybe already worked in those topics. But we as designers and creatives and developers, we actually need to keep up with those topics. So how the hell should we keep up with all that? First, Jonas is telling us tools and technology is stealing my task, and now megatrends will make my life even more complicated? Well, why all this again? Change is coming. Transformation is coming. And it's not easy, but it can be very, very beautiful. So I want to help you with that. There is a way, besides of others, how to support this transition. And it is by an evolution of the relationship with your users and clients. Tasks, projects, goals will change. So I want you to find a new way of creating value, and of course also money, for the future. Until now, what have client requests looked like? Maybe something like this. Can we launch a new website for our product? But these goals and tasks will get very fragile or even obsolete because of the evolution of tools and tech possibilities and the growing impact of certain megatrends. We need to be aware of this. Hoppla. So what I want you, and for all of you designers, and for me also, is that we make it possible that the client request is changing. It's changing to something like, help us to make all our digital products more user-centric, to be able to create more value, to really solve problems and not just delivering something what other tools are already almost doing. Another example. So until now, how have the client requests looked like? So how about conversion optimization for our landing page? Please, I want for you and for all us designers, developers, creatives, the following. We want to become more, for example, accessible for all of our users, the old ones and the new ones. So with that, we can create more value. You see where I'm getting at? One more example, maybe a little bit funny, but it's true. You probably heard this question in the last 2 years, right? Can we do something with NFT? Hell no. Please, I want you and all for us designers, developers, creatives, the following requests. For our users, we want to future-proof our digital services. So how do we get there? How do we get there, and how can we use those megatrends for the future? For that, we need to learn how to deal with the future. But a big warning, and please now sound on, a big warning, be careful. Do not take the wrong way. Stay aware. In the context of megatrends and the possibility of things could happen, of possible future things, do not become one of the bad apples lying about the future. Do not try to sell our clients or your product team something false. Do not become a fortune teller. The sound. I need to do it one more time. Is there sound? Because this is very important. You saw this Hollywood-like effects. All right. So you ready? Do not become one of the bad apples lying about the future. Do not try to sell your clients and your product team something false. Do not try to trick people. Do not become a fortune teller. What I want you to become instead is a future explorer. 4 steps I would like to share with you today from our own process to become future explorers. 4 questions you need to ask yourself and deal with to increase the chances to become more valuable, to add more values, to grow as a designer, as a developer, and as a creative. During times where tools and technologies is responsible for a big change and transformation, take the chance to become a future explorer. So let me start you with the first thing. Let me start with the all-seeing eye. First, you need to start the discover mode. Take your all-seeing eye. Get your magnifying glass out and act like Sherlock Holmes. I hope you still know Sherlock Holmes, yeah? Looking for the important clues. Because in order to deal with megatrends in a better way, you need to do a deep dive. So ask yourself this question, what is? Yeah, this is very important. Choose a megatrend you are interested in it. You personally, you as a team, your client, your users, and where you could benefit from, and really take your time and deep dive into this topic with the question, what is? What are the current developments in this topic? What are benchmarks? What are possibilities? Take your time, a day, a week, a month, or whatever, because this is the beginning of a very interesting journey where you can utilize megatrends to become better and to create better products and services. I would like to show you one real-life example from Taikonauten, and it is kind of a coincidence, but it is also about the topic of accessibility. Because we really dig deep into this topic, because in the EU, or in the European Union, there is something which is called the European Accessibility Agreement, or the Act. And this says that in a couple of years, every digital product and services needs to have a certain standard to fulfill accessibility rules. And this is very interesting because there's in everything an opportunity. Just look like Uber, or here Bolt, which we also have in Berlin, is, for example, not accessible at all. Yeah? And in a few years, by law, there is a lot of change. And so what we did is we really dig deep into this topic. And accessibility doesn't mean just contrast or whatever. Yeah? You need to think, as we learned, that up to 20% of people have some kind of limitations. Yeah? Because of the contrast, because of color, but also because of how things are prepared, or how can you access those things, how much time is necessary to fulfill certain things, what is loading times, yeah, you see there's a lot of things to talk about. And sorry for that, because this contrast is maybe for some people not that good, so sorry for that, but for the purpose of design, I did that. So let's take an example, yeah? How did we do that? There's the biggest group of cooperative banks in Germany with 700 banks and more than 8,000 branches, which is, by that, bigger than Deutsche Bank and Commerzbank, you probably know. And this one is called the Volksbanken Raiffeisenbanken. It's the most beautiful German word you can hear. No, but this is really, really, really big. And 2022, yeah, they released a new app, like the banking app, the payment app. Every user, 20 million daily app users, yeah, so it's a huge number. They released something, they relaunched something, and it looked like this. 2022, yeah? And so, as you can see, there's a lot of chances, and since it is a traditional bank, a big cooperative bank, but a traditional bank, we couldn't be the most progressive ones, like design-wise or whatever, but we took accessibility in the center of all the things, yeah? So what we did is we really... You can't see the contrasts here right now because this is the machine. Anyways, but we really took care of making a up-to-date, really cool banking app with all the UX patterns, you know, where we really took accessibility, colors, loading patterns, skeleton views, etc., into consideration to really see what you could expect and how you can also do additional favors to the 20% with limitations in some certain ways. And it took us, we are still working together with them, so it's our third year on very different levels, and it was a huge success. We had 6 months' time, and it was incredible. By taking accessibility into the focus, we got from 1.6 stars in the App Store to 4.6 stars, place one or number one at the finance charts in the App Store as well as in the Android Play Store. This was in just 6 months. And this is a huge success because it really took a mega trend of accessibility into the focus. And not just that, it was the beginning of a complete new era for this banking and payment app. We are now talking about crypto, we are now talking about other things I can't share right now, but this is really, really, really interesting how this success changed by taking the accessibility into the focus, how this success changed a complete thinking about this digital product or this digital touchpoint. All right, let's move forward, dear future explorers. Let's move forward and learn something about the wonders of possibilities. Ooh. So we are now in the define phase. And in this define phase, there's one question within the center. And this is the question of what if? Yeah, this is a powerful question you probably already heard of, or this tool of taking this what if question, because it shows a lot of possible solutions within the megatrends you just researched, right? So you remember, first is what is. We choose a megatrend, really dig deep into that, and then we are trying to think of possibilities within this megatrend. Here's another real-life example from Taikonauten. We took the topic of connectivity into the center in one of our what is and what if session. And what we discovered is a lot about how humans connect with each other, yeah? How they learn, how they want to interact on platforms, especially when it's about work or something they are very passionate about. And this led us to really great knowledge of how can great digital experiences really create an ecosystem, yeah? So product ecosystem, that every kind of thing helping you can be connected and then becomes an ecosystem. And there's a very, very vivid proof of that. And maybe one of the most beloved website awards on this planet We were partially, or partially with the strategy and UX and UI responsible for the awards relaunch last year. As you probably saw, we created a lot of different things, created a strategy. How can we connect all these different needs and services into one close experience? Because all users, all of you, have different variety of needs, and identifying them based on user journeys of a beginner, of an expert, when you start maybe looking for inspiration, how do you get to the next point of maybe a masterclass, from a masterclass, how do you get to submission, and so on and so forth, so that we really created an ecosystem where users feel very comfortable, where they really can have not just getting conversion or something like that, but really try to help them and to guide these users to different solutions. And yeah, together with awards, we explored new possibilities, new services, which were very important input, and more will come in the future. And this helped us, or awards, to become more future ready for many products to come. Because we have, with this way of thinking, you're not reacting on certain things, but you are acting and leading a certain evolution of your product and product ecosystem. With that, also releases could have been done in world-class speed. It was very fast, and it was very important also to learn what's helpful and what's not helpful, because with a setup like that, you can react on that. There's also like an idea which is called of invincible products or invincible companies, which mean that they are, because of their strategy and their flexibility, they are almost safe not to fail. Almost safe to fail because they can react on certain things very fast. There was the topic of connectivity and the question of what if. Okay, dear future explorers, are you ready for the next step? All right, so take a look into the luminous mind. So you got your megatrend, you did a deep dive, you checked possibilities, and now it's important, now you need to develop. Now you need really to create something. But with this creation, you need to, or within this development, you need to ask yourself, what wows? Yeah? What is the wow of your idea, which is inspirational for you, for the people around you, for your users, and so on and so forth? Because it is a lot about how can we create value and how can we create something very special. So let me also give you another example from us Taikonauten, what we did. As you know, there's this mega trend of mobility. Yeah, I just mentioned Bolt or whatever. There's share driving, there's electronic vehicles or whatever. There's a lot of things happening in mobility, and it's rapidly changing. Yeah, especially, you maybe remember a couple of years ago during COVID. Yeah, there was something like that. There was a massive growing demand on logistics. Yeah, because everybody ordered from Amazon or whatever. And it went to a point where there was almost no solution for that. But exactly, so this growing demand on logistics was something where we really dig deep into that, explored different possibilities, and now we were thinking about what wows at this point. And there is a startup or a company in Berlin, a tech company basically in Berlin, which is working on exactly this solution, to make logistics and freight forwarding much better, faster, and more sustainable. You have to imagine that there's kind of an operating system for truck drivers, for producers, and so on and so forth. And this one is called Zender. It's actually built a solution like that. But at a certain point, when the demand was growing, they needed money. And so for 3 months, we brought all their product managers together, all the C-levels people, and challenged them on their vision. What are your thoughts on mobility in 2030? And so what we did is we built a vision together with them. Maybe not visually the most pleasant one, but from storytelling, it was very, very interesting and very important. Because based on our research, we took, and based on the input we had, we were thinking of how does logistics look like in 2030? And created a 10 minutes video which explains the vision, which is also showing how the dispatcher communicates with virtual assistants, how the truck drivers can be helped with their communication. Because, you know, at the moment, almost everything is happening by WhatsApp and talking to different people. So how can we make it possible that also trucks are full and have no empty spaces when they are already on that track? So we built this vision, and this vision was the core of their pitch for the next investment. And again, it is filled with a vision for a better future where trucks are interconnected, where we have autonomous fleets, and where e-mobility is in the core of that. And at the end, with this pitch in the center, Zender got 160 million euros of investment. And with that, it became one of the very few unicorns at that time in Germany, which is a company worth more than 1 billion euros. And all this because we were very much focusing, like, you know, they're all driven by their daily tasks. But we said, let's get together and really show what wows, what is the vision, because we answered the question with them, what wows for the mega trend of mobility. Oh yeah, and the Vision 2030 is getting real every month. All right. Are you still with me, yeah? Are you ready for the fourth one? The fourth one? The fourth step is the majesty of the whole. Now you got an idea on how the mega trend can wow, but at one point you really need to see the whole thing. You need to deliver. And for that, you need to ask yourself, what works? How can this approach you found be really realized? Yeah. What is the best solution? The best solutions are nothing if you cannot deliver it. Yeah. So don't forget it. It's great to have a great wow, but you need to deliver it. So let me share another example of Taikonaut and how we did that, and that was when we dealt with the mega trend of new education. Because there are so many different ways of learning, of teaching. There are online master classes, there's traditional schools, there's hybrid things. There are very different types of learning. Yeah, so certain people would like to read something, other people would like to experience something. This in the context of COVID, remote, and so on and so forth. So a lot of possibilities here, and so we really dig deep into the how can we learn things from different learning types? Sounds funny, but it is very interesting. And so why did we do that? Because there's one partner, one client of ours which delivers the best way to learn the piano, approved by the users. And this one is called Floki. Floki is a startup, it's a tech company, which we helped to realize their vision and really make it work. And they introduced a technology where with your phone, by listening to your piano playing, it can tell you if you're playing right or not. This doesn't sound so interesting today, but back then Google wanted to buy this technology from them, and they said, no, we are going to do that by ourselves. Yeah? And so we really dig deep into very different opportunities. Okay, how can we solve and provide solutions for different learning types? Because we wanted to see the big picture, yeah, the big picture of all the different learning types. Are you a person who starts left-handed? Are you a person who started right-handed? Is maybe visual things too fast and you need some kind of voice assistant? Yeah, progressive or guided learning experiences. Visual support, and so on and so forth, which was a really, really great experience because playing piano is fun, learning can be fun in the context of new education, and especially because it was approved by the users, because more than 50,000 reviews by real users happened since then, and it is on always like international on the top list of educational apps, which makes us super proud and super interesting to see and to follow and to really learn from these mega trends and use them and make them work. They also achieved a worldwide Yamaha partnership, which is really, really great. But what I personally really loved was that one special person who visited Berlin last year did a personal shout out for our work and for Floki, and that was kind of cool because it was Tim Cook. Great to see German developers Floki who are helping people all over the world to learn the piano. That's pretty cool, right? So, let me sum it up, dear future explorers, yeah? Let's sum it up. Get your megatrends, discover it, and ask yourself, what is? With that, find new possibilities, and with the question, what if? Develop a great solution by answering the question, what wows? And last but not least, and deliver by making sure it works. So change is coming, and new chances will arise. Transformation can hurt, yeah, but new chances too. Again, it is a very good opportunity right now to take these 4 questions, to deal with mega trends, and to solve future problems to make this change a chance for you. And I'm sure you will love it. Be a future explorer with me. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful stay. Please reach out to me and stay awesome, because now is the time to be. Thank you very much.